My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
Oh man, now this is going to take a while, suckers. Oh, indeed it is. So yeah, man, here we are. Here we are doing my, well, I was asking people, what do y'all want more? Y'all want me to do my updated 2019 game collection, or do y'all want Cooking with the Gamer Part 3? If I put a gun to y'all suckers' heads, what would y'all want more? Updated game collection or Cooking with the Gamer Part 3? 100,999,256,000. 323 people said, bruh, give us the game collection. Like, Cooking with the Gamer Part 3 could wait, bro. Like, I want it bad, but I don't want it as bad as I. So I was like, alright, cool. Alright. That's what you said you wanted. So, updated 2019 game collection video. I think the last time I did mine was in 2017. Yeah, because I don't think I did one for 2018. So the last time I did one was 2 years ago. And I've, of course, gotten more games and movies since then. I'm going to probably breeze through the movies this time, because every time I spend too much time, like, I feel like, I mean, yeah, I spend more time with the games, of course. I got more games than movies. But when I spend like 20 plus minutes on the movies, that junk like add up. So I'm gonna try to breeze through like the movies part, but people kept on sending me like DMs and a personal message like, bro, I want to see an updated game collection video. I know some people like watching stuff like this, just seeing people's game collections and stuff. I'm kind of the same way. I like to see people's game collections, and especially like game setups and stuff like that. I really love seeing stuff like that. I don't know why, but and especially these days, to where everyone is kind of starting to take that digital route, and like now it's kind of like having a actual physical game collection or like movie collection is like, sucker. What is you doing? Like you're just supposed to be streaming this stuff or whatever. So I still appreciate having a game collection. So I'm gonna do my game collection and a movie collection. So yeah, man, sit back, relax, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken. How did I almost forget my own intro, bro? I'm like, what do I say after that? I'm getting old, bro. Get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, sucker, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
So like I said, we're going to start with the movies first. The movies are over here. Let's get the movies out the way. First off, bam, sucker, Tarzan, one of the greatest. You want to focus, sucker? Frick it. We got Tarzan. We got the Disney movie Tarzan. I don't feel like this movie gets enough praise for how good it is. Like, people don't talk about this movie the same way they talk about Lion King, same way they talk about Toy Story, freaking I don't freaking know, Aladdin, Little Mermaid. Like, I put this joint right up there with, like, the creme de la creme Disney movies. Just saying. So we got Tarzan right there. Got freaking Godzilla. One of the greatest movies of all time. Like, I personally think this movie is better than the 2014 Godzilla, the Godzilla that came out this year. Like, I think this is the definitive. Sucker's about to be like, but yeah, I think that's the what's that, the 1998 or 97 one? It's 1990 something. I know a lot of people didn't really like. I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't that bad. I guess just because, the way he looked in that movie, and the fact that he died. Like, so how the freak you gonna kill Godzilla, so I guess that's why people don't like it. I was about to say 28. What? 2008, the Incredible Hulk, the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk. I think this was the best Hulk movie. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk I liked, but like after the second Avengers movie, after the whole jump with Hulkbuster, I didn't. And I liked Hulk in Endgame, so it's not like I don't like the evolution of the Hulk. Like I did, but at the same time, it's like this Hulk in this movie was just such a savage, bro. And I never felt like they really captured this Hulk as well in like the Mark Ruffalo version, you know. So that's my favorite Hulk movie. One of I think the best movies in the MCU that kind of gets, you know, slept on. Season one of I was about to say Telltales. No, season one of AMC's The Walking Dead. Not even one of the greatest still running show on TV today. Know that. I can't even say that without laughing. This is season 2. I thought I was about to say no, because season 3 is when he started to get like the low cut. This is season 2 of Fresh Prince, one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. When people say like what's the greatest I see most white people think Friends is good. Like Friends is one of the best sitcoms. I went because I've never watched Friends before, and like this was like maybe a year or two ago. I went to like one of my friends' house, and they was like watching Friends, and they thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. And I'm like, this is what white people like. Friends for like a lot of like white people, like a lot of white people is like one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. I actually just got this movie in the mail like 2 days ago. One of my favorite sniper war movies. You want to focus, sucker? Enemy at the Gates. This is one. If you love war, like sniper movies, my God. And honestly, the only way it always stuck in my head when I seen this movie. You know, this was the first time I seen this movie was back in high school. I think I was in 10th grade, I think, and it was in my history class. I don't remember the freaking teacher's name, but he played this movie in the classroom, and I thought ever since I seen that movie, I could never get it out of my head because I enjoyed it so much. If you love like war movies, especially sniper movies, my God, Enemy at the Gates, one of the best movies for that. I had to buy that junk freaking online because it was like $6 for a Blu-ray. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, probably one of the best recent remakes for a trilogy of all time. Like I thought the way they reintroduced this series, with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, then then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, then War. I thought that was one of the best like remakes for, I guess, what was deemed a classic. Even though before this remake, I never really was like into the Planet of the Apes like that. So the best, I don't even know if people will put this in like the X-Men series. Listen, if you have not seen Logan yet, what a fool. Like, what an absolute fool that you are. This is probably one of the best, if not the best movie that Hugh Jackman has ever done as the Wolverine. His last role as the Wolverine as well, I might add. See this movie if you have not seen it, my God. 2014, Godzilla got this as well. I know a lot of people didn't like that movie because they didn't feel like Godzilla was in the movie enough and it was more about the humans. But honestly speaking, because I didn't talk about the Godzilla, when I seen it, I didn't do a review of it. The Godzilla that came out this year, I don't know if this is just me, I actually enjoyed this movie more. I wasn't one of those people that felt like Godzilla wasn't in this movie enough. I mean, I kind of felt that way, but at the same time, every time he showed up in this movie, like, it meant something, and it was like, it was like a moment. Like, all of the scenes and the fighting scenes that they had in the 2014 one, I thought was way better than any of the fights they had in the one that came out this year. Like, you saw him way more in the movie that came out this year, and there was way more action with the monsters and less humans. But one, I still felt like the humans was in the one that came out this year too much. And on top of that, the scenes with Godzilla weren't as epic as they were in the 2014 one. I don't know if that's just me, but that's just the way that I felt. I thought the one that came out this year, I damn near fell asleep during it. Honestly, I thought the King Ghidorah fights and stuff like that was cool. Like, it was cool, but it was just, I don't know. I don't know. The best. I honestly don't know why I don't have the Tobey Maguire movies, but the best Spider-Man movie of all time, The Amazing Spider-Man. The Crazies. If you guys have not seen this movie, I like any, like, you know, apocalyptic zombie type movies. If you haven't seen The Crazies, this is a pretty good movie, man. I like the movie. I would spend more time like speaking about these movies, but I could see already I'm spending a little bit more time than I wish to. The reason why that man Leonardo DiCaprio got an Oscar. Sucker got bit by a bear. It was, by the way, if y'all haven't seen The Revenant, my God, with of course Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. Man, what a great movie. I don't even know how I got this movie. I don't even know what this is. I don't think I've ever watched. I think I got this for a Christmas gift, and I was like trying to act like I was like happy. I was like, gee, thanks. I don't think I've ever watched this junk. This is with Morgan Freeman and John Cusack. One of the best. Listen, sucker, this is not no Twilight. Okay, if you want to see a true vampire movie, like, this is probably the best like, as far as just with like vicious vampire. If you want to see a scary vampire movie. Cause every time they do like vampire movies today, like, these suckers is like, they freaking look like models. They're white, you know, and it's just like they're just too cute. Like, sucker, if you want to see, I'm talking about a horror freaking vampire film, 30 Days of Night. If you have not seen it, go watch it. 30 Days of Night, great movie. This is 10. I always get this junk messed up. 10 Cloverfield Lane or Cloverfield Fast 10 Lane. 10 Cloverfield. 10 Lane Cloverfield. Cloverfield 10 Lane. Listen, this is the this was the one that came out after the first Cloverfield movie. I actually really enjoyed this one. I did not see the one that they put on Netflix, but I heard that one was trash. I ain't see it. This is Thor's movie. Well, Thor before he be freaking what's his name is in this? Chris Hemsworth. The Cabin in the Woods. Pretty it's I ain't like a huge fan of the movie, but Cabin in the Woods, A Quiet Place. I really like this movie. I know some people thought that it wasn't as good as people made it seem, but I actually got this, I got this like late last year. I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I hear that they're supposed to be making it, or there's rumors of a sequel coming, or it's been confirmed. I don't know, but A Quiet Place, I really like that movie. I should have went on this side because I'm just killing this side. This is just some old like freaking like actual DVDs, not Blu-rays that I got. Sucker, every freaking year during Christmas, it's being watched on Folks Nim's grave. Every freaking year. Nick Cannon's best movie ever. Nick Cannon's best movie that he ever made. The Wolfman. I remember when I saw that in theaters with my dad. I thought that movie was amazing. If you watch that junk today, I mean, the whole like wolf transformation scenes is cool, but outside of that, yeah, I literally got this movie because at the time I had a major crush on Jessica Alba. So yeah, Fantastic Four. You know what's funny? They rebooted Fantastic Four because they thought this one was so trash, and the reboot was actually worse than this one. That's crazy. Will Smith when he was trying to be the Black Superman, Hancock. A pretty good, not that bad film. One of my favorite zombie movies lately, World War Z. I know people think the book is so much better. I haven't read the book, but I hear the book is way better than the movie. And they're supposed to be doing a sequel for this, but there's been like so many issues that they've run into, so for whatever reason it hasn't come out yet. The one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, The Polar Express. Every freaking year, every freaking time during Christmas is being watched, just like Home Alone. If you have not seen this movie, one of my favorite movies, I think that came out in 2017, I think. Don't Breathe. If y'all who've not seen this movie, I highly recommend you see it. Great movie, sucker. Long story short, some kids is trying to strike it big and rob a house that got some cash in it, and things go wrong. But it's a great movie. You have not seen Don't Breathe? Go see it. Denzel Washington's best movie he ever made. This is not up for debate. King Kong ain't. Don't get me started. One of the last great X-Men films, X-Men Days of Future Past. My lord, it's just crazy how X-Men ended up, like with that last one, Dark. And hold up, I think I got it in my. Yep, I do. And y'all thought this was bad. X-Men last. Let me introduce you to X-Men Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix. My God. They tried to rewrite the. I honestly didn't think this movie was as bad as people made it seem. But Suckers was acting like this movie was horrible and they didn't do Jean Grey right, with the whole Phoenix thing. And what did Dark Phoenix do? Sucker, this movie was not that bad. It's just weird how the X-Men, I felt like they started off great with X-Men, but then just the way they were releasing the movies, and then it went to just the chronological order of these X-Men movies. I felt like that messed it up. It was a whole bunch of junk. The first Avengers movie, I actually don't got Age of Ultron, but first Avengers movie, another movie I have no idea. Why is every movie that I don't know how I got them got Morgan Freeman on it? Another movie I don't know how I got is literally still in the freaking wrapping. Morgan Freeman's on it. Morgan Freeman. X-Men Origins Wolverine, the best the best adaptation of Deadpool we've ever seen is in this movie right here. The best King Kong movie ever, sucker. I seen King Kong Skull Island. I know that's really just a setup to have Godzilla fight King Kong, sucker. This is still the best King Kong movie that has ever been done. A 2005 Peter Jackson's King Kong. If you have not seen this movie, woo, lit. The last time it was actually important to watch a Transformers movie. Literally, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. This, I think, was the second one. After, I didn't even watch. I still didn't see the third one. I think it's called Dark of the Moon, whatever. And by that time, Megan Fox left. Bro, they messed up that. They messed up that franchise. And I felt like the first one was good. But after, really the second one, which was that, man, they messed that franchise up so bad. 7 Pounds. I think this is one of Will Smith's, best. He had some great acting in this, Pursuit of Happiness. But at one point, Rosario Dawson was and I still got a crush on her, but at, one point, my lord, I truly wanted to marry this woman. And she's in this movie. So... I don't know why I still do not have... This is the only Batman movie from the last time Batman was actually... What's the word I'm looking for? relevant. The last time he was actually worthy of watching a Batman movie was with Christopher Nolan's Batman, and this is the only one I have. I loved Batman Begins. Of course, freaking Dark Knight, and this, like, I'm not, and people know, I'm not even really a fan of Batman like that. Like, freaking Batman, who cares? You know, but the way Christopher Nolan did all those movies, I need to get Batman Begins and Dark Knight, but this is the only one that I got. It's a holographic case. I don't know if it'll show it on. I guess it kind of does.
Or perhaps he's wondering where you would shoot a man before throwing him off of a plane.
All those movies have so many great quotes, bro. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I used to, literally, when I used to work at a grocery store, me and my coworkers literally used to go down the aisles and just, like, scream Bane quotes down that truck. My God, so many great quotes from that film. Will Smith's I Am Legend, another great Will Smith film. And last but not least, Avengers Infinity War. I still give this the slight edge over Endgame. I know some people like Endgame more than this one. Okay, cool. If you do, cool. I mean, what you want, a cookie? I personally like this one just a tad bit more. I loved Endgame. I love this one. But after seeing it, I saw Endgame, 2 times so far? I've seen this one like maybe 4 or 5. It's just, I just felt like overall as a film, Infinity War to me still like takes the edge. Just this freaking movie, my God. Thanos, what a freaking boss. I have finished all of the movies. I still personally feel like I spent too much time on that, but you know, I don't like just going like I want to spend a little bit of time on it. So, but yeah, I finished all of my movies. So let's get to this. Yay! I actually have more. Really, all the PS4 games you see is really all I got. But I know there's some PS2 games that I have that I think are in the warehouse. I think. And PS3 games. So it's really like the older titles, like PS2 games, PS3 games, Xbox One games, the real Xbox One, like the Xbox original, and Xbox 360 games. I know I still have like a few of those, but I don't know. I think they're in the warehouse because I don't have them. So, but pretty much these are like all the games that I have access to right now in my physical collection. So, let's get into it. Let's start with the PS3 games first. Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, Uncharted 3. This man Robin just blew his load all over. His freaking load. Oh, Uncharted. Still got all 3 of the Uncharted games. I never plan on getting rid of these because I think these are like some of the best PS3 titles. I feel like Uncharted Drake's Fortune gets so underrated, bro. Like people don't even like mention when people talk about Uncharted. Literally, Uncharted 1 ain't even mentioned. Like this junk never even came out. Like it's some freaking stepchild or something. As far as story now, listen to what I'm saying. As far as story, I feel like Uncharted Drake's Fortune was one of the best Uncharted's in the series. I loved the story in Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Of course, the gameplay wasn't really fleshed out at that point, just with, the stuff that the PS3 was able to do. It's not the best looking Uncharted. It doesn't play as the best Uncharted. But as far as story, I feel, man, Uncharted Drake's Fortune gets so, like, it's like it just like go straight to 2. Let me ask y'all real quick. Have you even played Uncharted Drake's Fortune? Real quick. You see? Anyways, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves still the best. The absolute best Uncharted suckers was trying to say that 4 was the... Stop it. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves is still the best Uncharted game out of the series, okay? Uncharted 3 Drake's I was about to say Uncharted 3 Drake's Fortune. No, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. And here's the thing, none of the Uncharted's were trash, because people call this one trash. This one was not trash. I just felt like the story was kind of like, it was kind of loose, just the way that they were telling like the story. Uncharted 3, out of all of the Uncharted games, every single one, I feel like Uncharted 3 has the best set pieces. The plane one, don't even get me started on that. The freaking one when you're inside the ship, I can't even remember, because Uncharted 3, I only beat like 1 or 2 times. Like that's the one that I beat the least amount of times. Not really because it's trash, just because there was like so many games to play back during that time. But Uncharted 3 has amazing set pieces. That's one thing I will give it. It has, in my opinion, the best set pieces out of any Uncharted game. Yes, even 2. Okay? BioShock Infinite, great game, man. I still think BioShock 1 is the best BioShock. I know some people think BioShock Infinite is great, and this was a great game. Great game when it came out. I think this was that last year, 2013, with PS3 and Xbox 360, right before 4 and Xbox One came out, and we was just getting game after game, and it was just like, oh my god, it was like how 2020 is about to be for us back when this junk came out. So there were so many games dropping, but BioShock Infinite, great game. Still think the first BioShock is the best one. Batman Arkham Asylum, probably still, you wanna, I know Spider-Man just came out and no one really thinks that's the best superhero game of all time unless your name is Evan. Spidey Squad, assemble! But Batman Arkham Asylum, great game. All 3 of those games, Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, which I think is the best one still, Batman Arkham Knight, which wasn't bad, where they introduced the Batmobile, stuff like that. Didn't really have boss fights like the first 2. That's the thing I really didn't like too much about Arkham Knight. Like, the lack of boss fights. Really, the only boss fight they had was freaking with the Arkham Knight, and then... But all 3 of these games were great. Batman Arkham Asylum, great game. This is back when they used to make the greatest hits copies for PS3 games in red. So that's why the case is red. But great game, man. Batman Arkham Asylum. Which one do y'all think is better? Which one do y'all think is the best Batman game? Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, which is what I believe, Batman Arkham Knight, or Batman Arkham Origins. Leave it down in the comment section below. The worst Red Dead Redemption game of all time. Red Dead Redemption 1. My freaking subscriber that freaking sent me that, he was just like, I'm kidding, but Suga, I personally think Red Dead Redemption 2, Suga, Arthur Morgan absolutely creams that freaking cuck John Marston in every way, shape, and form, bro. I freaking loved Red Dead Redemption. I know for a fact there's a lot of my viewers who have not even beaten the game. There's people that are literally still on chapter 2. Some people think that Red Dead Redemption 2 was like a slow game. I don't know how. I was playing that game and at no point was I ever bored playing the game. And I streamed the whole thing. Resistance 2, one of my favorite games that, came back out on a PS3. Resistance Fall of Man was good too. I'll never forget watching E3. I don't remember what year it was. I don't know if it was E3 2007 or 2008, whatever. But they showed the gameplay for this one right before this game came out. And it was the one with that big freaking monster boss, like the one that took up the whole screen in like New York or whatever. That was the first time they freaking showed. I was like, bro, when Resistance 2 come out, this junk is going to change gaming, but Resistance 2, great game, man. I was kind of bummed the way Resistance ended. I didn't think 3 was really trash, but I was just kind of bummed to see the way the franchise went out. because I thought Resistance had so much potential, you know, with, you know, the stuff that Insomniac did with it. I didn't really feel like it was finished, and I don't know if they plan on going back to Resistance or someone new is going to pick it up. I don't know, but I just never really was like the way the franchise ended. One of the best Metal Gear Solid games, and games, period, of all time, Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be. Metal Gear Solid 4. It's so hard for me to rank these, because I enjoyed 1, 2, 3, 4, somewhat 5. Like I enjoyed all of those. It's so hard to rank these games for me, bro. There's literally some days I think this one is the best one. Then there's some days I think 1 is the best one. Then there's some days I think 3 was the best. It's so hard to rank these games, bro. All I know was this junk made me cry when I freaking played it on PS3. Metal Gear Solid 4, what a great game. I know people say that's not a game. It's a movie game, because it ain't nothing but cutscenes in that. Sucker, there's gameplay, okay? It's just not like Snake Eater type gameplay. The freaking Metal Gear Solid, I forgot I had this. Metal Gear Solid HD collection. This one doesn't have 1, which I'm kind of bummed, because I freaking love 1. This got Metal Gear Solid 2, Snake Eater, and Peace Walker, which I have not played. But yeah, so I remember I got this, because when I got into the Metal Gear Solid series, like with 4, and then I went back and played 1, and I was like, yo, I really like these games. So then that's why I bought this to play more. So that's how I got Metal Gear Solid HD collection. I don't know if they released that on PS4. I'm not sure. Last of Us, I still have the case for the sucker. You better realize I still got that survival edition with all of the things inside. Sucker, you better realize. You better realize it. You know, so I actually traded in my PS3 copy when they did the remaster on PS4, but I kept the freaking case it came in, because I'm like, there's no way I am getting rid of this case. So I still have the case for it. Didn't want to get rid of it, so I just like threw it in some like old snaggly place and gave it to GameStop. Said, "Here, take it." So, but that's Last of Us, and that's all. I actually had more PS3 games in this, but again, I traded in a lot right before PS4 came out, because I'm like, sucker, I'm gonna be broke if I don't trade in these games, or some are in the warehouse. But now let's get to the PS4. Actually, let me do my Switch games first, because I don't really got too much. By the way, I don't know if, probably by the time this will be uploaded, I will have it. So add Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 to this collection, because that come out on Friday, and I'm recording this, and it is currently Wednesday. So based on when I upload this, I probably will already have added another game to my Switch collection, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. But as of right now, as I'm recording this video, we have Mega Man 11. I was never a big Mega Man fan like that, you know, but when I first got my Switch, I was so excited just to like get like a like to buy my first physical Switch game. I'm like, oh my god, which game should I buy? Zelda? No, it's trash. Mario? Ew, no. So I bought Mega. Let me stop trolling. So I bought Mega Man. I still need to get Zelda. Yeah, I know. I still need to get Zelda. Still need to get Mario Odyssey. Outside of that, I ain't getting Splatoon. Because I don't feel like being a kid now, and I don't feel like being a squid now. I'm good. So, also got Bayonetta 2. I actually need to go back and, well, based on when 3 come out, sucker, who knows when Bayonetta 3 come out? Who knows? But, that's why I got this game, because I always wanted to play this game, and this also comes with the full game download of 1. So it comes with the first one and the second one. So I got this, you know, because I thought Bayonetta 3 was going to come out soon, but the way it's looking. And last but not least, the reason why I got a Switch at the time, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, just to show y'all how much I've been playing the game. That's how much I've... Again, probably by this time you're seeing this video, I have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So I'm probably playing my Switch right now. But before, up until this point, my Switch is literally an air filter for dust at this current time. Let's move on. Last but not least, PS4 games. I tried to put these in order from like oldest to newest. I tried my best, okay? Might not be in the best order, but a brother tried. One of the greatest games Ubisoft has put out this gen. I know this came out last gen too, but then they did like a remaster for it. You want to talk... Ubisoft very so often put out, like, literal masterpieces. Like, for games. Like, lately, almost every game from them is like a hit or miss type game. This, in my opinion, was literally a masterpiece. I wanted them to put DLC in... You know how rare it is. I actually want a developer to like, please put DLC in this game because I want to keep playing it. You know how rare that is? I was literally begging for them to put DLC in this game because I loved it that much. If you have not played Rayman Legends, good freaking God. Especially those, I don't know, the freaking musical stages. Oh my goodness. I thought that joke was so creative and fun. My God. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor. I actually liked this game a lot. I don't know why after this I never kept up with it because then they released I don't even remember the title. What was the one that came out after this? I don't know, but but I actually liked this game. I don't know why I didn't, stick with the franchise. But this is a good game, Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, and then the sequel. I don't know if the sequel was as good as that one, but I like that one. Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain. Some people love this game. Some people is just like, this ain't the Metal Gear Solid that I grew up on. What this is, and then they try to do the whole open world aspect. I still thought 5 was a decent game. It was still like a really great, solid game, but based off of the previous titles, The Order 1886, a game that got freaking slandered when it came out. I remember when this junk came out. This junk was getting slandered. The Order 1886, if you look at it today, this is not a bad game. Order 1886 was never a bad game. It's just short as freak. Like, you can blink your eyes and guess what, sucker? You beat the game. You spent 60 for it. But I thought The Order was a great game, man. It has a great story, great characters, still one of the best looking PS4 games to date. I felt like it needed a multiplayer and the story needed to be longer, and that's really it. The Order to me is a great game, but it got slandered at the time. Whatever. I would love to see a sequel. Ready at Dawn. I don't know if y'all suckers got that jump up your sleeves or not, but just saying, streets would love Order 1887. Dying freaking Light. I was so crushed when they announced Dying Light 2 would not come out this year. But at least it ain't get canceled. So that's another game that comes out in 2020. Dying Light 2, I cannot wait because I really loved Dying Light. Not really so much about the story, but the gameplay. I think, and people say that that this junk is a Mirror's Edge clone with freaking a Mirror's Edge clone with zombies in the game. So I personally believe this game does Mirror's Edge better than Mirror's Edge does itself. Let's be real. After the very first Mirror's Edge, what else is worth talking about in that game? Like, seriously, after the first Mirror's Edge, that junk went straight trash, fam. Like, let's be real. Like, that junk ain't that good. Mirror's Edge is not that good, bro. The first game, it was cool, but then after that, stop it. Dying Light does Mirror's Edge better than Mirror's Edge, and way more gameplay and stuff that you can do in it. Cannot wait till Dying Light 2 come out. Ratchet and Clank, when they rebooted, this was actually my 2016 game of the year, and some suckers got mad at me because I didn't give it to Uncharted 4. I'm like, sucker, this is my game. You know how suckers be like, when your opinion don't agree with theirs, suckers got a problem. I'm like, sucker, this is my game, but sucker, you better back off. They're like, how could you not give it to us? Freaking Robin game is in the background like, I can't believe sucker. Ratchet and Clank, the reboot, was my 2016 game of the year. One of the best PS4 games you can get. If you loved Ratchet and Clank back on PS2, get that game, bro. Bloodborne, still one of my favorite PS4 games today. This was like my first, this was like me popping my cherry, to like the Souls games, so many memorable boss fights, bro. I really, you know what, let me get it now, because I actually do want to say a little bit more. I hope this jump don't fall. Ooh, okay. Also got Sekiro. I know this ain't really a Souls game, but still, it's from software, so listen, I still think Bloodborne, I love Bloodborne more than Dark Souls. I've played Dark Souls, is it 2 or 3? I don't know, but I and maybe I'm biased because this was my first Souls game, but I loved Bloodborne. The atmosphere, the graphics, the freaking gameplay, the boss fights, everything about this game I freaking loved. Did I rage? You were absolutely right, I did. My God, the torment that I went through with some of these bosses. But Sekiro, because I never reviewed this game. I thought Sekiro was a great game. It's a great game. I would probably give this, since I've never reviewed it on this channel, I would probably give Sekiro, I'm gonna start really saying what I believe. I mean, I've always so it's like, the frick you mean by I have always gave games the scores that I felt like they believed, but I will admit, back in the day, because I didn't want to completely just completely slander the game or not really give it a higher score. Sometimes, if I felt like a game was an 8, I would bump it up to an 8.5. Sometimes I did do that. Not no more. Sometimes back in the day, but it will only be a 0.5. I would never add a full another score to it. If it was an 8, I would not give it a 9. I would just bump it up to an 8.5. No longer. Sekiro, in my opinion, I'd give this game an 8 out of 10. This game is this game is a great game. I know people think today, if your game is not a 9, it's trash. No, sucker. 8 is still a good score. Okay, but Sekiro Shadow, here was my biggest issue with this game. There's really no memorable boss fights in this game. You know how and again, I know Sekiro's not a Souls game, but you know how in Dark Souls and Bloodborne,
you have like you can point to multiple fights like, oh my god, I freaking remember doing this fight, I remember this fight, that like there's multiple bosses you can go back to and be like, yo, this fight was crazy. Not saying Sekiro don't have that, but it's like Sekiro just, it doesn't have enough of that. Like, honestly, as I'm thinking right now, there's not one, maybe outside of the last boss in Sekiro. That freaking fight, Lord. Suckers that was in my stream know that. Maybe outside of that, like, there's really no memorable fights in Sekiro, in my opinion. Just comparing it to, like, the boss fights in Dark Souls and Bloodborne. There wasn't like that epicness. Like, I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying, but they just didn't have memorable boss fights to me compared to like the Souls games. But Bloodborne, great game. Sekiro, great game. Bloodborne still one of my favorite PS4 titles that has come out this generation. I don't even know why I still have this in my copy. The Witcher freaking, you know what? I'm so sick. Every time people are talking about great games, people freaking bring up this piece of garbage. Literally, I can be having a freaking discussion about God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, or Last of Us, whatever. Somehow, some way, Witcher 3 ends up in the Get that piece of garbage out of my face. The game is not that good. It sucks. It's a Game of Thrones clone. Freaking Cyberpunk is going to be better. What else is there to I cannot stand Witcher 3 fan. I can't stand. They be like, I mean, this game's good, but The Witcher 3 is sucker. Shut up. The game is over with. Okay, it came out in 2015. All jokes aside, all jokes aside, one reason why I never got the freaking game came out the disc and is like lying on the floor staring at me. One reason why I never got rid of that game is because I always deeply believed that I was going to, because I literally picked up Witcher 3 like 6 or 7 times, and every single time I dropped it 6 or 7 times, and it's just like, I don't know what it is. I really don't know. But I know I like RPG games. But it's just like, for whatever reason, The Witcher, I don't know if it's the combat. There's just some reason why I could never get into The Witcher 3. Still in Skellige, by the way. Still in Skellig. However you pronounce it, but Witcher 3, I know. It's like the creme de la creme of this gen. Sucker, Cyberpunk is gonna crash. It's gonna smash that game. Freak out of my face. Next, Street Fighter 5. I don't even play this junk no more. Kingdom Hearts 1.5/2. I literally bought this same game like, I think they like got me to get this chunk like 3 different times. I bought it on PS3, I bought it on PS4, and then they added this to 1.5, 2.5. No, yeah, 1.5, 2.5. But then they put this with 2.5 and 2.8. I got this. Man, Square Enix used to finesse before 3 came out. Hell, D-Suck is still finessing. You know, but Mafia 3, game that has a great story. This game has a great story, but the gameplay gets repetitive. As far as the story, Mafia 3 has a great story, man. If you have not played it, you like games with good stories. Great story, gameplay, kind of getting a little repetitive out this sucker. What the hell is this? Ew! I didn't know what this junk was. This junk is Overwatch. I know what it was, because literally there's nothing. That's how you know I used to play the freak out of this game. I really did. Like, back when it came out in 2016, I played this show for like a good year and a half, 2 years, but I'm completely done with this game. I don't play it. I don't know what new characters they got, if it's still worth playing, whatever. But
Overwatch. The Last of Us remastered. Got that when it came out on PS4. No, I cannot wait. That's a whole nother video, man. I don't know how long this joke gonna be. I tried. But The Last of Us multiplayer, that junk is still being played today because it's actually really good. This generation has lacked great multiplayer shooters so badly. Like, it's honestly sad how, like, few great multiplayer shooters we've had this generation. Last of Us is still being played today. One of the best multiplayer games, in my opinion. It's gotten to the point to where I'm as excited for Last of Us 2's multiplayer as I am the single player. Like, before, like, it was clearly just single player first, then multiplayer. It has gotten so dry with multiplayer shooters. I'm looking forward to them on the same level, the single player and multiplayer of Last of Us 2. I don't know if that's just me. It's gotten that bad with multiplayer shooters to me, okay? Uncharted 4. I freaking love this case, by the way. This was the the deluxe edition? I freaking love the case for this junk, bro. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End with the SJW black feminist. Freaking what's her name again? What's her freaking name? I don't even remember her name. How'd I forget? Freaking bro, what's her name? Nadine, oh my god. Nay freaking Dean. Great game, man. I freaking love this case. So got that. Uncharted Lost Legacy. I love this game as well. And again, it's like, don't get it twisted. Like, I freaking love Chloe, and I don't love Nadine. But I thought Nadine was she was cool. I like what they did with her more in this game than 4. Because in 4, it was just like, she was just there to be a badass. In this one, like, she actually, showed more emotion and stuff like that. So, but I freaking loved Sucker. Don't get it twisted. Like, I'm not one of those, like, freaking I'm not one of those gamers, like, freaking females in my games. No, I hate it. No, it's like I loved this game. Some people think that this is better than 4. I don't know about all that. I'm gonna have to think about that one. But I loved the last fight in this game. I thought the pacing in this game was cool and stuff like that, and the fact you playing with Chloe, loved it, man. So Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. I don't even know how I got this game. I think I bought it because I seen it in like a bargain bin sale at Best Buy for like $5, and I was like, ooh. So I bought it. But I actually need to go back to playing that game because I was playing it when it got dry, and I was playing that junk because I needed something to play. That's actually supposed to be, remember True Crime, the series back on PS2 and Xbox? That's, and then they turned it into Sleeping Dogs. So Sleeping Dogs is really like True Crime and stuff like that, but they, changed it, whatever. Anyways, so Devil May Cry HD Collection. I bought this before 5 came out, knowing full well I was not going to play all of the games. I just wanted to play 3, I believe. Was it 3 or 2? The one that has Virgil and is supposed to be the best one. I think it's 3. I literally bought this because I wanted to play that one before 5 came out. So got that. I've never been like a huge Devil May Cry fan like that. Alright, Jesus, I'm actually getting tired. I'm like tired of talking or something, but last little stack of PS4 games, man, and then this will be it, okay? And I can be done talking, because my god. Horizon Zero Dawn. This game, I don't know if y'all see the same stuff that I see. I really do. Y'all suckers like, what you talking about? Suckers be disrespecting Horizon. Like, this game was absolute trash. No! Horizon was not a bad game. Bro, I will say this about Horizon. I thought the intro was incredible. That was my favorite portion of this game. Playing as young Aloy before she, grew up and stuff like that. I love the way they did like the intro to this game. But then after that, yeah, the story kind of, I wouldn't even say it falls off, but just like the pacing of the story, and then like the freaking NPCs, and just the stuff that they would be saying, and just the way they like look and stuff. I get it. It kind of, it wasn't as good as the beginning. Let's say that, but I still think overall the story for Horizon was pretty solid. It was unique. The freaking world of Horizon, my freaking god. Some of the most gorgeous looking graphics and environments and colorful environments you will ever see on PS4. This game looks freaking amazing. Okay, the freaking things that they did with the creatures, with all of the with all of the robotic creatures and stuff, from the T-Rexes to the raptors to the I don't know, horses, whatever. Like just at the world of Horizon, I loved. Like, I thought it was great, and the gameplay was pretty good and stuff like that too. But people like talk about this game like it was like a Ubisoft title or something. Like, no, Horizon was a good game. Like, I don't know if y'all see suckers disrespecting. Maybe it's only in my community. Well, not even my community. Maybe it's just in the crumb side community. Because these niggas don't like nothing. But maybe it's just the crumb side. Suckers be disrespecting Horizon, man. Horizon is a solid game, and I cannot wait until they do a sequel for this game, most likely on PS5. If you've seen the ending for Horizon Zero Dawn, if the sequel is a launch title on PS5, woo! What a great game to start it with. Resident Evil 7. This junk actually saved. Let me say this right now, DK. If you have watched this video up to this point, suckers be acting like Resident Evil is like the greatest horror franchise of all time. I ain't gonna lie, it most definitely had influence. Oh yeah, it most definitely had influence, but suckers act like Resident Evil wasn't on his deathbed, wasn't on life support until this junk came out. Resident Evil 7 literally saved the franchise. Like, it literally saved Resident Evil. This junk came out and was like, okay, we back. And then they put out RE2, which was a remake, but it was a really good remake. Sucker, Resident Evil was on his deathbed before this junk came out. Suckers like forgetting about that junk or something. Sucker, stop it. So, Tekken 7, great game, man, great game, but I just stopped playing it really just because it was like it was taking long to find games online and stuff like that. But I thought this game was really good, considering I took a long break from Tekken, and I was kind of done with the series like after 5, and then I heard 6 was horrible. I'm so glad I ain't played 6. But I took a long break from Tekken. I felt like this was good, but at the time when I was really into it, like, it took kind of a while to find games online that weren't laggy, so I kind of just stopped playing it. Let's see, we got, oh snap, we got Doom here. Doom, I feel like people kind of overhype Doom, or just a little bit. I like Doom for what it does with just like mindless, non-stop freaking gun-on-gun action and just ripping freaking demons' throats and tongues out of their mouths. I like what it does, but after like 5 or 6 hours of doing that, it's just like, what else you got for me? That's really all Doom has for you, because the story ain't really nothing worth talking about. So I like Doom, but I feel like the way people hype this junk up, I don't think it's like that. It's a nice game to play when you just want to like Michael Bay your way through games and stuff like that. But outside of that, I mean, it's cool.
It's alright. You know, one thing though, but by the time I got this junk, 'cause I got this like during Black Friday, like I think in 2017. The online for this junk was shockingly good because it reminded me of Halo, like Prime Halo. You know, but by that point, like no one was really playing it online, so I was like, man. But the online was shockingly kind of like good to me, and the game itself was good. But yeah, I think that's why I'm not really like hyped for Doom, a Doom Eternal, because I like that style of gameplay. But after like 4, 5, 6 hours of just doing nothing but that, it's like, I've seen it all. Like, what else can you offer to me? Wolfenstein 2. I actually, you seen this in this is gonna be a long video. This is gonna be a long video, bro. But hey, I'm probably not going to do a 2021. So this will be the last game collection you see until like I do a game collection for PlayStation 5 and maybe Xbox Scarlet if I get that. So this will be my last game collection of this generation. So hey, if it's going to be an hour plus, well, that's just what it has to be. So but Wolfenstein 2, I kinda still give the edge to 1. I felt this was a good game, but I felt like it wasn't as serious. They had a lot more humor in this game. I think the story was better in 1. But I still enjoyed this game. My stream, got me into this game before. I never even played this series, but sometimes they like recommend me games and stuff like that. I'll be like, oh, word, let me try this out. So that's how I got into the Wolfenstein series. But yeah, I would still probably get it a slight edge to 1. The Crash Collection, great collection. You'll never see it coming. My freaking lord. I may be doing a video because another game that I beat, but I never like reviewed on my channel, so a lot of people don't know really what I feel about Persona 5. I beat it on stream. If you be coming through my streams, the whole thing that I have with Persona 5, people see me, play it from the beginning to dropping the game, to playing it again, to dropping the game, to playing it again, to finally beating the game, but I never really talked about it on my channel. So if you guys wanted to know, like, my final thoughts on Persona 5, leave it down in the comments below, because I kind of do want to talk about it, but not sure if I want to I don't know. I kind of do, but I kind of don't at the same time. But if y'all want to know, leave it down in the comments below. Persona 5 though, great game, great case, man. Freaking love this case. Great game, and I'm glad my chat got me into playing it. Shout out to Almighty Low, cause you really the sucker that pushed me to get the game. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. I can't spend no more time. I'm literally tired of talking. Like, my heart is starting to be like, dang, son, you still talking? Kingdom Hearts 2.8, great, collection. A Way Out, one of my favorite recent co-op games to play. I think this came out at the beginning of 2018. If you want a good co-op game to play, man, A Way Out, I think it was as far as recently, one of my favorite co-op games to play. Great story, great characters, stuff like that. The gameplay is not too bad. Great game to play, man. A Way Out. Monster Hunter World, I got this during Black Friday last year. I want to pick this game back up, but I don't really have viewers to play with. And if I do have viewers to play with, they're such a high level that I don't want to play with them because I don't want to breeze through the game. So if anyone wants to play Monster Hunter World with it, hit me up. I'll hop back into Monster Hunter World and play because I kind of do want to hop back into it. But people these days ain't really playing Monster Hunter World, or at least my community ain't playing it. These suckers playing, I don't know, Fortnite or something. So Dragon Ball Fighters, I have such a love/hate relationship with this game because I really like this game.
one of my favorite fighting games that has come out recently. I just do not like how long it takes for characters to come out in this freaking game. The fact we are still waiting for Dragon Ball Super Broly and Gogeta kills me, sucker. By the time these suckers come out, suckers ain't even going to care no more. And we still waiting for them. That's what I hate about this game. How long it takes for them to add freaking new characters to this junk. And half the time, like, most of the freaking characters in a... We got, like, what, 8 Gokus and fighters? Are you kidding me? I'm not even kidding you. There's literally, like, 6 to 7 to 8 Gokus. Like, different versions of freaking Goku. Man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Detroit Become Human. One of my favorite. I actually need to go back and replay this game because I only beat it one time. If you was in my stream, you know how it went down. Let's just say at the end of the game, I cried, and this wasn't no thug tears. I flat out cried. Okay, okay. It freaking sucks. Was like, yo, this man really crying. But Detroit Become Human. I freaking love this game, even though the way my playthrough ended was bad. I freaking loved the story to this game, the characters. I have to replay this game. If you have not played Detroit Become Human, I know a lot of you guys might not be fans of those interactive point and click games, but my God, if there's one you need to play, it has to be Detroit Become. This game is incredible to me. To me, this is Quantic Dream's best game they've ever done. This junk is hands down better than Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is still a good game, but I just don't feel like it's kind of weird to say this because it's a freaking point and click game. But I just don't feel like it doesn't make sense to say this because it's like I don't feel like it's aged well or something. Like, I feel like back when it came out on PS3, at like that time it came out, I was like, yo, this junk was good. But if Heavy Rain was to come out today, it wouldn't be as praised as it was when it came out on PS3. I guess that's what I'm trying to say by it hasn't aged well. But I think this is Quantic Dream's best game. It's this. I didn't even play that freaking filth garbage Beyond Two Souls. But I heard that junk was absolute horse manure. I don't know. But if you want to play one interactive point and click game, this. I'd put this, then maybe Until Dawn, Telltale's Walking Dead, the first season, stuff like that. This game is freaking incredible. Finessed again, Kingdom Hearts. How many times have I had a Kingdom Hearts game in my hands during this junk? Finessed again, Kingdom Hearts, the story thus far. This was before 3 came out, and they added every freaking collection that they've ever finessed and milked and made money off of and put it on one disc. So that's what this is. It has Kingdom Hearts, The Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, disgusting. Kingdom Hearts 358/2 Days, Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Flop Top, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, A Fragmentary Passage, Kingdom Hearts X Backs Cover. And this is supposed to get you up to speed with all of the Kingdom Hearts games out there, my brothers and sisters. So that's what that is. The 2018 game of the year. I love saying that because those Red Dead Redemption fans get so triggered when you bring up God of War, man. I did pick Red Dead Redemption 2 for my 2018 game of the year. Don't get it twisted. I thought Red Dead Redemption 2's story was incredible. That's why I don't get how people thought Red Dead Redemption 2 was boring. I really don't get it. That story was incredible. But God of War, I was still happy when this took Game of the Year last year because I didn't want it to be a Red Dead Redemption 2 love fest. And at that point, like Red Dead Redemption 2, I think won like 4 different awards. I'm like, even though it was my game of the year, I was happy when it didn't win game of the year. When it didn't win game of the year, if that makes sense. Because I was like, nah, I don't want this to be another Rockstar love fest. You know, like freaking Grand Theft, like Grand Theft Auto, when Grand Theft Auto 5 was in 2013. So, God of War, freaking amazing game. My God, I think this is one of the best. Like going from the as far as like going from one generation to the next, going from God of War on PlayStation 2 to God of War on PlayStation 3 to God of War on PlayStation 4. I feel like if there is one studio that can take notes from what Santa Monica has done with God of War, it is 3-4 freaking 3. And I know it's different because they're two completely different games. You're comparing a shooter to freaking God of War. But Halo from the original Xbox to 360 to Xbox One, it just got worse each generation. Well, it got better from the OG Xbox to 360, but then I just feel like Santa Monica Studios did such a great job every time reintroducing God of War on the current generation of hardware. Like, my freaking God. God of War, amazing freaking game. Spider-Man. This is another game I feel like, but people do this a lot with games. Like, when a game first comes out, they're excited and hyped and it's getting all this praise, but as time passes, like, then suckers start to hate on it. That's what people are doing with Spider-Man. I thought Spider-Man was an amazing game. Remember before this junk came out, it was the whole thing with Puddlegate. Suckers was making this big deal. Well, really, I mean, hey, and you know, this is my guy, you know, but freaking Kofi was trying to, push this narrative that, oh man, Spider-Man done, it got downgraded. Oh my gosh, the puddles, they're gone. And literally, it took Digital Foundry themselves to pretty much saying in the most articulate way possible, this Negro don't know what he talking about. This is what's going on. Like, no matter what, I will never let Kofi forget that. Sucker, shut your ass up. You don't know what's going on. I remember the first time I played this game, and the first time you started swinging in this, oh my God. That jump was magical. Like, I think this is the best web swinging easily since the Spider-Man 2 game on PS2, the movie game. My freaking God. The swinging in this game is incredible. I thought this game had a fantastic story. The gameplay was great, trying to mix in, like that Batman Arkham, gameplay, whatever, but, make it Spider-Man-like, stuff like that. Only thing I really didn't like about this game was the side missions was really not all that good. It was like the side missions in that junk, they kind of just felt like, why am I doing this? And then they added in all those challenges in it. And it kind of just felt like they threw in that stuff just to be like, here, you have something else to do. But it was like, no, I don't feel like doing this, so. But Spider-Man is a great game. Freaking great looking game as well. Red Dead freaking Redemption 2. Oh, Arthur. Just have a little bit of goddamn faith is all I'm asking. Freaking this game, which is why, oh my God, if you have not finished playing Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, you don't even know what you're missing out on, bro. You really don't. This game has so many great characters. Freaking Dutch. Dutch can literally be his own game. Literally. He can be his own game. Freaking Micah. Sadie, I think your name was Sadie. Mike, this game has some great characters, gameplay, and again, you're talking to a guy. I didn't even think the first Red Dead Redemption was all that special, stuff like that. But my God, I love this game. my freaking God, Red Dead Redemption 2. Just have a little bit of goddamn faith, and you can beat the game, suckers. Okay? So, Red Dead Redemption 2. I am almost done, my God. Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm still playing that. Hey, listen, man. Listen, because I've seen people ask me, how come since Kingdom Hearts 3 has come out, I haven't seen this ashy Negro talk about it on his channel? And I was hyping up the game and stuff like that. Listen, long story short, I didn't play Kingdom Hearts 3 when it first came out, and I got the game early because when that junk first came out, there were a lot of people, and I'm talking about, in my eyes, I looked at these as like I looked at these as credible sources because I knew the people that were saying this were Kingdom Hearts stans. I'm talking about some of the people that I heard from, their whole channel was literally just Kingdom Hearts. And I'm hearing from these people like, this game is not that good. And I'm just like, so what I did was, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till all the hype dies down. Because my whole thing with Kingdom Hearts 3 is I felt like no matter what, all the hype that game had, there was no way it was going to meet that hype. There was just no, you're talking about literally childhood hype mixed in with adulthood hype. People was waiting for that game literally since 2004. I know other games came out, in between, but as far as like the next huge installment, there was a 13-year wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm like, maybe people are just saying this because, again, there's just so much hype, you can't meet it. So I was like, you know what? Let me just wait for a while, not play this game, and then I'm going to let all the hype die down, and then I'm going to hop into it later on. Fast forward, I just started playing the game like, last month? So, again, and I still kind of feel the same way, like, I can talk about, again, I can talk about this junk so much, but I don't want this video to be too long, but it's already going to be long. But that was my approach with Kingdom Hearts 3. After I heard from some of my own viewers that I know are Kingdom Hearts stans, people that have YouTube channels that are dedicated. I'm not talking about reviewers like freaking IGN or GameSpot. Sucker freak them suckers. I'm talking about people that I know are through and through Kingdom Hearts fans more than I am. Like, their whole life is Kingdom Hearts. When I heard from them people, like, yeah, this game ain't really all that good, I was like... So that's why I literally just started playing the game last month. Because I'm like, nah, this junk can't be that bad. It can't be that bad, is it? And it's not, but it's just like, I definitely, as of right now, this junk is not. I don't even think this junk is better than Kingdom Hearts 1, to be honest. Sucker, let alone 2. I don't even think this junk is better than 1 if we gonna keep it a buck, to be honest with you. But, 3 is not horrible. I just felt like the hype that junk had, there was no way it was going to meet that. Resident Evil 2. Probably one of the best remakes that has come out. This is honestly, up until this point, I'm trying to look at all the games I freaking threw down. Up until this point, this is probably still my 2019 game of the year. Resident Evil 2. A freaking remake, bro. But that kind of shows you how, like, lacking this year has been, really, for games. That a freaking remake is still my game of the year. But this, because I never played Resident Evil 2 up until this point, I kind of look at it as like a brand new game. But I know it's a remake, but what a freaking fantastic remake it is. This game is freaking incredible. I was never a Resident Evil fan like that. My first one was 5, and then one of my viewers, shout out to DK. He's been trying to get me into like every freaking title there is, and I'm like, sucker, I don't like Resident Evil like that, but Resident Evil 2, my God, bro, what a great game. Unless Death Stranding is going to freaking blow all of our minds, or freaking Astral Chain, whatever, Resident Evil 2 is still my current 2019 game of the year. Devil May Cry 5, again, going back to the Devil May Cry collection. I got that before this came out. Devil May Cry 5 is a good game. It's solid. I was never a huge Devil May Cry fan like that. I know a lot of people might think this game is corny with like some of the dialogue they got in the game and stuff like that. But I've always loved the freaking fighting in Devil May Cry. Just the endless combos that you can do. Honestly, my favorite part of this game was the last boss fight with Virgil. My freaking God. That fight was amazing. That fight was amazing, bro. Overall, though, the game, I enjoyed it, but it's not. I can't give this game of the year title neither, because I enjoyed it, but not to that level. Outside of that Virgil fight, Days Gone. Days Gone, this was one of the games that I did review. Days Gone, again, I don't think this was necessarily a bad game neither. It's just, you could see why this game got delayed. And honestly, it should have been delayed again. It should have got delayed again. But there's no way you could release this game even near. I've been talking so much, my nose is stuffed. How crazy is that? I literally started this video off with a clear nose, and now my nose is stuffed. But you could not release this game next to Last of Us. You just can't. So they had to get this junk out as quick as possible. I don't feel like it was horrible. I felt like this junk has some good stuff going for it. Maybe if they do a sequel, they can improve on a lot of stuff in Days Gone. But yeah, man, it definitely, I don't think is a memorable PlayStation 4 title that is, a PlayStation 4 exclusive that has come out. I feel like this will be forgotten about, after... I forgot about it already. But it's not horrible, but it did have a lot of flaws in my opinion. But I still did enjoy some stuff about the game, especially the hordes. Last but not least, the last recent game I got on PS4, Crash Team Racing. Great game to play, man. One thing I do, which is why I kind of stopped playing this game. There's a freaking joke with my freaking stream Twitch chat that how this game was a one and done game. That's like when you play that's like when you play a game for 1 week and then and then the next week is what happened? You're not playing the game no more. I like this game. I like Crash Team Racing. My biggest issue with this game is the freaking items, bro. And it's so weird because it's not like this is my first kart game. I've played Crash Team Racing before. I played Mario Kart, stuff like that. I understand how, you get those items and you can use the items to gain an advantage. But I feel like in Crash Team Racing, the items literally they come up too often. It's oh my, there's been so many times, and I know how it works in kart games. In freaking Mario Kart, I know how it works. You can be literally right at the finish line, and all of a sudden you get hit by 3 straight. There's literally been times I've been playing Crash Team Racing, and I got hit by 5 straight items, bro. And I'm are you kidding me? And it's you get an item every 5-6 seconds because the freaking boxes are I feel like the items, this game relies too heavily on the items, and I don't like it. That is it. That is it. That is all my games. That is all my movies, my Blu-rays, my DVDs, stuff like that. My God, I'm so tired of talking. So yeah, I will not be. I am not doing a 2020 game, and I know 2020. Maybe I might. Because that's going to end off the gen. 2020 is going to be crazy. Hell, 2020 alone, I'm probably buying, 10 plus games next year alone? Maybe I might. But most likely, as I feel right now, this will be my last game collection video for this generation. Until we get into PS5 and Xbox Scarlet and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I hope you guys, I feel like this is one of those, watch later videos. You know how, you can choose to watch a video later? I feel like this is one of those type of videos. But, hey, man, I knew it was going to be long. I tried. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want, I wish they still did video responses on this freaking godforsaken site. Freaking YouTube, bro. These suckers used to be so, wholesome and nice and good. You don't even have video responses no more. I was going to say, if y'all want to, respond with, your own game collection and stuff like that, do that. But how would I see it? I don't know. Anyways, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed my game collection. And yeah, man. Until next time, I'll catch y'all in my next video, alright? We out.